call the meeting to order, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President Warner.
Here.
Secretary Treasurer Horowitz.
Here.
Trustee Pell.
Present.
Trustee Stafford.
Here.
Trustee Welker.
Here.
Sir, we have a quorum present this afternoon.
Thank you, Lisa. I'd like to waive the reading of the correspondence, being that we've all gotten copies of it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes acceptance, President Warner.
Yep. I'd like to have the minutes from May 18th, 2015, regular meeting of August 19th, 2019, and special meeting August 28th, 2019, accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Sorry about that, everybody. It's off now. We have a public hearing. I'd like to open up the public hearing to accept a quick claim deed from John F. Caldwell for a portion of Old Sag Harbor Road.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there anybody here to address the board at this time about the public hearing for the quick claim deed?
Do you want to maybe explain that a little bit?
There's a section of property where the road basically ends, and the property owner has been maintaining it for many years. Is this the one I'm talking, is this the?
Want to hear?
Old Sag Harbor Road.
You want
Old
to,
Sag Harbor Road.
just read that into it? Probably
Yeah.
would clear it up for you.
Yep. Whereas the trustees wish to receive comments from the public for this John F. Caldwell, Suffolk County Tax Map 936-2-17, parcel located within the boundaries of trustee-owned road as Old Sag Harbor Road in the hamlet of Bridgehampton. Please take notice that the trustees have a public hearing to accept the, with a quick claim deed, this parcel. It's approximately 198 square feet, and it's part of the trustee-owned Old Sag Harbor Road. And I believe that this gentleman has been maintaining or mowing lawns and stuff down there and trees. So basically, it was, always thought it was his, but now that we found out through, a survey that it's ours, we're basically getting it back to our possession. Is that correct, Joe?
That's correct. The property has gone into tax delinquency. It's about 3 years delinquent. It's about $113. It's only a 198 square foot parcel. So basically, we would redeem it for the taxes, and then it would go into your, into your title, and it would be tax.
So we would
exempt.
possession of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only a very small piece of property, but.
You have a
it's-
map of it by any chance?
Yeah.
People might want to see the
I
map.
believe Martha prepared everything here for me.
This has been in the works for quite some time.
Yeah, this road here is that little short one.
Yes.
As you come up, it's a dead end,
It's that
Yep.
little circle.
and we
Yeah.
gave the woman
Sliver of pie.
permission. But this goes right on through
Through.
to Millstone
Little
Road.
circles.
Yeah.
Little
Paper
circles.
road.
Anyway, we did it before. I just wanted people to see it.
Come down Lopez, take a right and a right.
It's that little circled area.
Can you get this on the screen so people can see this at home? They know what we're talking about.
Good.
This is a good thing because past practices in this area, the trustees have given up ownership of property with claim deeds and received very little property back. So I think it's a good thing that we, take ownership of it.
Do you need to turn on the screen, James,
Yeah, I'm gonna find it first.
first?
Try and hold it up for the camera, maybe you can zoom on it.
I don't know if they can pick it up.
Can you see it?
Touch all you to zoom in on it.
Yeah, maybe you can zoom in on it, save
I
you some
can.
time, I don't know. Probably.
Or we could come back to it.
Yeah, let's go to,
You have to close the public hearing.
you got a motion to close it?
Well, you have to, what are we going to do with that? Pause the public hearing until we get it on TV?
Why don't we close the public hearing and then reopen it at the end of the, if
Okay.
there's no one else to address, we'll close
All
it and then reopen it at the end of the meeting to see if we can get the
On the second.
documents up.
You can go into recess on that.
You got it now?
You got it?
Yep.
All right,
Thank you.
perfect.
Thank you.
Ah, nice.
Which one, is it this end here? This is Old Sack Road right here.
Maybe he can figure it out.
It's the other way. James, that's Noyak Path, that's down the bottom of it.
So
There you go.
this end?
Yep.
Hey,
That's
that circle,
Right there.
Yep.
there you go. You can zoom in on that circle.
And you see how the paper goes down right through the woods? Yep.
Okay.
You can come up, yeah.
Can we get it to project on that one? LG 2.0, right? On the tractor.
There it goes.
Oh, there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Tiny little piece.
It's like a slice of pie.
This circle, James.
So nobody here wants to speak on this? No.
I don't want to speak.
You can go
Back in the day, that one, I gotta get up and take.
You have to get up at the podium.
down there too.
Back in the day, I'm Don Law, Hampton Bays. This whole area was a stomping ground when we were younger. And I remember getting a parking ticket there and kind of knew it was a trustee right away, so I fought it with Judge Cooperstein, and of course it was thrown out. But because of the trustees at the time. But all those pieces are important, so I'm just glad getting it back. It's good job. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Anybody else, I guess, want to speak on this public hearing? No. I guess we can,
If no one else would like to speak, I'd like to make a motion to close it.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Are you going to keep it open at all for public comment, for written comment?
I don't really see that there's much interest in it. I don't,
I don't see
I
any
don't see
benefit.
any.
Every day, I have to get a new tax bill to the end of the month. Every day that it goes on, we accrue a little bit more, a couple pennies more, but it's a couple
Okay,
pennies.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just wondered.
So it's, I believe it's a resolution. Is it a resolution later on in the
Yes, there is.
packet? So I will close the public hearing and we'll bring it up for adoption or not at that time, okay?
Yep.
Is there anybody here that would like to address the board from the public, in the public portion? You can come up, please.
You're up.
Come up, state your name for the record, and sign in on the sign-in sheet, please.
You can sit
You
right
can sit
here
right
if you want.
there.
Okay.
My name is Lisa Grossman, and my address is 55 Pine Neck Avenue in Sag Harbor, Noyak. And I came here to request that a sign that's on my property be removed. I'm working with Marty Shea right now to set up a landscaping plan for this area of my property, and he recommended that I come here and request the sign be removed. And I'd like it to be removed, quite honestly.
That particular sign was a two-legged sign. One leg has been removed. The only leg that is there now is to the left of the pin, which we own. It's not to the right of the pin, which your surveyor put in with tape on it.
It's Trustee Stafford's area, so he's most familiar with the,
So what are you questioning that?
I'm not questioning anything.
Oh,
It's on
right.
our property. There used to be a two-legged sign. Remember the sign?
I guess you guys can send somebody out and take a look at it.
I don't have to. I was
Is
out
this a-
there when we installed it.
is this a new survey that has just been done, or, 'cause I know we had a,
It's done in the last 6 months.
yeah, because we had a survey that we had.
Right,
done
same
by-
time.
So where
But
did
it's
you
still-
put where did you put your stake in that's
We
on
didn't
it?
put a stake in. We used the old stake.
So you used the
There's
stake?
two stakes there originally. The sign was bolted here, bolted there. So we took this one out, moved the sign over to the center, and added a sign to it. And that post is to the left of the pin in the ground, which is our property.
I mean, yeah, I think you need to send somebody out, to
Did
be
you-
honest.
When you say the pin, you mean the marker that's there?
Correct,
So Did you
100%.
look at that marker?
That marker, there's a pin, there's like a stake that's been drilled into the ground by the surveyor.
It's usually a large nail or.
That's what it
piece of
is,
rebar.
yeah. And that stake that you see there with the, that's put in the ground is right on top of
The
that.
survey stake
Yeah,
with the
correct.
red, with the orange paint on the end of it.
Correct.
And the orange.
Well, yes, I stuck that stake in on top of that stake so you could see where the property
So,
line is.
Bruce, the stake that's there now and the sign that's there, is it in its current condition, or is it,
You know what I'm saying?
'cause I haven't been down
We
there.
could send somebody out to look at it, of
I think
course.
that would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we could send someone to take a look.
When we did this, there was three of us down there. We all agreed. We stuck a piece of wood on the ground, and that sign was within the trustee's jurisdiction.
But we'll have to check and just make sure.
Send Richie out there, let him do it again. He was there the day we put it in.
We'll send Richie was
And
there.
one up front is the same way to the left of the
Okay,
pin.
so we'll send Rich back out there. and we'll check.
Who's Rich?
Well, the-
Bay Constable.
Bay Constable.
Oh, okay.
He's our law,
Have him check.
arm of the law that would go down there and take a site visit.
Make sure that it's not on your property, that it's on the trustee's property.
We're just, we're going to start putting plantings in and things like that. And
If it were to be moved closer to the bulkhead,
You can't. That's her property.
no, this way? I don't know what
It's
way.
pavement there, right down, that's in sand. That sign's been there since, I don't know, before time. And it was a two-legged sign, and the sign was on her
Okay, I
part.
understand.
We took it out and left that one single leg there and added this sign to it. That sign's always been there.
Would there be any way to, like, sort of sister it to the piling?
That's a walkway, you're coming up with people,
No, like on the piling?
right? Again, this is a walkway where people can walk on the beach, and you take a chance to
It's a
be,
public access, that part, that far up
I think
land.
the prudent thing to do is to send Constable Franks
Yeah.
out there to do an assessment.
if you want him
report
to
back
reach out to me so that I can be there and we can discuss it together, that would be helpful.
It's either on your property or it's not.
Okay.
You know, I mean, he should be able to make that determination without inconveniencing you, and if it's on your property, then
And it's no
Make
inconvenience,
adjustments.
it's no inconvenience to me.
we should look at the survey that we had done, and it will show you the two legs of the sign.
right, we'll consult the survey and
You said you're going to do a planting, a site, planting at the site. Can you please furnish us with the material, the plants that you're going to be using?
Yeah, I've already worked with Marty
Yeah,
Shea on
We
all of
don't need it
that.
infringing on our roadway, because it's very narrow.
Yeah.
And it is a public launching ramp, and there's only a couple of parking spots. So some people plant very small bushes that turn into very large bushes,
You have to keep them trimmed.
which,
He told, you know what, to be honest, he told me what to plant there,
No,
so.
he would probably choose.
I mean, I can tell you what it is.
See, that's what we need a list. That's what he's asking
This
for.
is, he asked probably salt-tolerant plants.
That's
because it
correct. It's
floods.
something that could
Yes.
basically be like,
Yeah.
it's something that sits in water because he knows that area
Yep.
sits in water, so.
Yeah, we all do.
is
so.
this for us?
Is this the
If you
board's
want it.
copy, or do you need it back?
No, I don't need it back. I have those pictures.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we would need to give that to Rich, so when he goes
Yep.
down there, Richie Franks.
Okay.
Okay?
Great,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
So you'll communicate back to me, or how does
You
that
want to
work?
leave your information?
Okay, sure.
You can sign.
Oh, I signed here?
All your
Just put it right on there.
Your phone number, if you want
Okay.
to, contact number, and then when we do the site visit, we will reach back to you, okay?
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anybody else that would like to address the board in public portion? If not, I'd like to move on to the resolutions. And that's trustee resolution 2019-288, issue a permit to EEVV, Eastern Volleyball League, for the Dana Barrett Volleyball Tournament 2019 beach event located at Tyna Beach, 90 Dune Road, Hampton Bays, New York. This is a young lady that was injured very badly, actually has a broken neck, and they're looking to do a fundraiser beach volleyball event at the Tyna Beach. She had worked for the Parks Department, and her mother had also worked for the town. I know the family personally, and I think it's a really good thing that they're doing this, and I'd like to, for us to be able to waive the application fee, being for the nature of this tournament and what's going to happen here.
I
Second.
agree.
Is everybody
I agree.
good with it?
I absolutely agree.
Okay, so
Lovely family.
We can waive the fee.
Tragic.
And then the underlying resolution, I'd like to approve it. I need
I'll
a
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Trustee Resolution 2019-289, waterfowl hunting location applications for approval for the wait list. We have two people on here that, for approval. James Durier, permit number 220, and Eric N. Kremberg, permit number 119. I recommend their approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. I have trustee resolution 2019-290. It's application for Joseph and Nerit Ozer, 17 Ramona Drive, Hampton Bays, New York. Suffolk County Tax Map Number 0900-292-2-58. This was thoroughly worked on at work session. It's a 4x25 catwalk with stairs, no treated materials, and light penetrating deck. I recommend its approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We have trustee resolution 2019-291, Wayne C. Walter Revocable Trust, 3 Duckwood Court, Hampton Bays, New York. 4x61 fixed dock with through flow / open grade 16 6x6 posts. 3x20 float, ramp and float to be seasonal and stored in an upland location. It's in Red Creek Pond. It's been fully vetted at work session, meets all Blue Book regulations. I suggest we issue the permit.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Trustee Resolution 2019-292, application Toby Rex LLC, 190 Fowler Street, Watermill, New York. Tax map is 0900-178-1-18.4. Body of water is Jules Pond. It's a constructed 72-foot by 4-foot fixed dock with kayak racks and a roller and a safety ladder for recreation use in Jules Pond. This was, I look forward to pass this.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-293. This is a waterfowl, and I think we talked about this. We was not going to pass this until they removed the old duck blind.
Yes.
I'd like to put this one hold in.
Okay.
Okay, we could table it to the next meeting in September, and that meeting date would be September the 16th.
Yes.
Okay, so
Someone
motion
can
to
just reach
table?
out to Rich and ask him if it's been removed or not. I went by today, we're still sitting there.
We need a second on the table?
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Trustee resolution 2019-294, application of CF Realty Associates LLC, 10 Vitale Silly Avenue, Village of Sag Harbor, Suffolk County Tax Map 0903-2-1-42, body of water, Upper Cove, trustees, commonality, town of Southampton, to construct a 4 by 44 long, including step elevated catwalk supported by 14 8-inch post, wall pilings 3.5 wide by 12 L hinge ramp, 6 by 20 float. We discussed this at work session. Make a motion, this goes through.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Application of trustee resolution 2019-295, application of 188 Redwood Road LLC, 188 Redwood Road, Village of Sag Harbor, Suffolk County Tax Map 0903-1-2-6, body of water is Sag Harbor Cove. This is to put an extension on the bulkhead. We went through this at work session. Make a motion, this goes through.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-296, application of Joanne Camus, 588 Fine Point Road, Watermill, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map 0900-160-3-54.1, body of water, Burnett's Creek. We fully vented this at work session. Make a motion, this goes through.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Trustee Resolution 2019-297, this is a modification to an application for permit number FXD 00035, Todd Cohen, 31 Homans Avenue, Queog, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-383-1-24, body of water, Aspetuck Creek. This is a modification to the existing permit to match the as-built fixed dock. We discussed it thoroughly at work session and have had multiple conversations with the homeowner. I'd like to recommend its approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2019-279, adopt Mecox Management Plan dated August 2019. I'd like to table this until our next meeting or work session.
Well, we have to table it to a meeting, so.
Okay, we'll table it to the next
September
meeting.
16th
Okay,
or October 1st.
16.
the 16th. The reason why I have not met with the Chief Environmental Analyst, Marty Shea, to discuss some of the finalizations of the plan and some of the finalizations of the draft, the final draft that was done by Martha Reichert, our attorney, and also we need to have a conversation with our special counsel, Steve Stern. He was supposed to attend today's meeting, but because of personal issues, he was unable to attend. We're going to be meeting with him on Wednesday at the work session to have a conversation with him, so I'd like to table it until the 16th.
Yeah, I think that's prudent. There's other comments that we received too, which we should take into consideration, so I think it's prudent.
Okay, I need a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Trustee Resolution 2019-298, accept a quitclaim deed from John F. Cowell III for portion of Old Sag Harbor Road.
Second.
I need a second. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Trustee Resolution 2019-299, resolution authorizing Chesterfield Associates to open up an inlet from the ocean to Mecox Bay and Sag Pond anytime during the time period of September 1st, 2019, up to and including October 1st, 2019.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry,
Is it-
who was the second, Bruce?
Bruce.
Thank you.
Is it washing over?
Some, but not enough though. But we definitely need to open Mecox. Sag's a little iffy. She's there, but the complaints are coming in now for Mecox, water in the basement.
At Mecox?
Yep.
Right. 'Cause I-
Hayground, what is that, Hayground Road? Hayground Road, they're starting to call now too.
So what day are you guys looking to do it?
Well, evidently there's a problem.
What's the problem this time?
Well, I guess the DEC don't want to issue us an emergency permit, as far as I know.
And
So I've given anybody who's called with a complaint Sherry's number so they can call her direct
Okay, that's good.
and ask what the deal is. Because, this is nothing for us, but we're trying to take care of the people, and there is a problem. It might not be as exacerbated as it has in the past, but the water is high. So the septic systems are gonna be affected, and the basements are affected right now.
In the lawns.
Yep,
Well, just to let everybody else know in the public that we've had a conversation with the DEC, and they were going to issue our 10-year permit prior to us adopting the MECOX management plan, and they have not done that as such. We had a conversation with the town attorney, Jim Burke, and he was going to reach out to the DEC attorney, Mr. Elgott, and we have not heard back from him yet, because it was my understanding that we would have a 10-year permit in hand in order to do our normal opening and closings, and not have to go through this emergency situation, which is a failed situation, because by the time we get enough information for backup, of being an emergency, it's sometimes 5 or 6 weeks, and at that point, the uplands are flooded, the farms are flooded, and there are, the basements are flooded, the septics aren't working. So the emergency authorization that we've gone through is really a failed system. It does allow us to open it up, but not until there's a real emergency. So I'm going to have a conversation after this meeting with the town attorney and see if he's had any other conversations with the DEC attorneys yet.
well, if we get a good amount of rain this weekend, hopefully we don't, I'm gonna feel sorry for the people in Mecox.
Well, I don't think it's the rain we're going to have to worry about. I think it's going to be the ocean and the overwash, because that will fill up the bay much faster than any rain event that we get.
Might
So-
open it itself, too.
Might,
It's
yeah.
just-
Yeah, but we're going to deal with that.
It further underscores
Yep.
the need for the board to, finalize our management
Yep.
plan and put the state and the Army Corps in the hot seat to issue these permits so we can efficiently manage this in the best interest of everybody and the environment. So let's just do what we got to do in the time being, but let's stay focused on solving the problem, grand scale.
Okay. Trustee Resolution 2019-300, authorize the expenditure for aluminum mast for marine maintenance barge. We had the barge completely redone this past spring, new decks, new cabin, everything was upgraded. We put the old mast back on. It has issues, it's a wooden mast, and we're looking to, purchase an aluminum mast in order for it to be a better work barge. So-
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
I also want to include on that it was the barge was built in-house by the maintenance crew, and they did an excellent job, which saved the trustee and the town a tremendous amount of money instead of buying a new one. There's other great projects we could do like that if we had more help in the maintenance department.
Yes. Trustee Resolution 2019-301 authorizes the expenditure for aerators at Silverbrook Pond. I recommend its approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Bill, you were the second?
Yes.
Thank you.
Does anybody else?
We need to walk on the warrant.
Oh, yes.
Due to the holiday, we had some delays.
Yep.
So, motion to walk on the warrant number 14.
Motion to walk on warrant number 14 for 2019. Need a second?
Second.
All right. Motion to approve the warrant number 14 for 2019 for the sum of $7,655.92. Lisa, can you please read
Certainly.
the check register?
Yes, we have call ahead, $36. Chesterfield Associates, Inc., $1,495. Creative Safety Supply, that's for our stickers, for our permits, $221.09. Fisher Signs and Shirts, $180. Home Depot Credit Services, $235.98. Joseph R. Lombardo, $2,450. Loper's Equipment Corp., $805.47. The Town of Southampton, $2,170.53. WB Mason Company, Inc., $61.85, for a total of $7,655.92.
I've got two questions.
Okay.
Town of Southampton, what are we giving them, $2,000?
Was it the salt reimbursement?
I think it's for the
Okay.
salt.
I think it was salt reimbursement.
It's
And-
to the Highway Department for the salt and
We
sand
paid
that
them
we
back.
used last winter.
Okay. And we're paying Joe, are we getting reimbursed for that?
Well, for the stuff where he's acting town attorney, we are going at $10,000 clips coming from the town general fund to the trustees, and then we're accounting for that and paying Joseph, and then if it's other special counselor litigation stuff that he was working on prior, that's coming out of a separate pool of money. Well, it would have been a lot cleaner, tax line, send the money to the trustees, hire our own non-conflicted counsel, and keep it clean. But we got to get through this period of time since Martha left, and Joe's doing a job at helping get us through here, and I thank you.
What is the update on us getting another attorney?
There's no update yet. There's, we're still at the mercy of, with the town attorney's office and the supervisor and their process and who they're going to hire and how it's going to go. And we have not been notified that there's been any decision, and we're still in the Joe Lombardo mode at this point in time.
On another note, I'd like to personally thank our staff for going above and beyond, office staff, maintenance staff, and the Bay Constables this summer, because we all know it was extremely busy with happy people, because everybody comes in our office is always happy. So I thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. It's a team
I think they
effort.
leave happy because they get what they need.
Well, it's just too bad we can't add to the help situation, so we all could be happy. And it's the same thing with the maintenance department and the Bay Constables. I did get the chance to meet the new Bay Constable, and he is definitely a plus to have. He's going to be a good asset to the town of Southampton and the trustees.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more.
We need a second on the motion to adopt the warrant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd just like to address the board quickly on two matters to bring you up to speed. We did, the archiving grant is moving forward. We should be receiving the check from New York State Department of Education. It should be imminent. Should be just shy of $75,000. We met with the IT staff as well as the consultant was on the conference call. And it's very exciting. Going to be digitizing a lot of the older permits, and stuff will be available through Govern and MaxVault, and hopefully help to ease some of the FOIL requests. And that's going to be moving forward very shortly. And also the office furniture is going to be delivered probably next week. So we'll have that big wall will come down that's behind the counter, and the workstations will be lower. And they'll have locking cabinets for the cash drawers, so they'll be more secure. And we'll have a separate workstation in the conference room for Joseph, or if a trustee needs to come in and do some work, there'll be an actual workstation in the conference room. So just want to let you all know what was happening.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Thank you.
And to the staff. Joe, at the next work session, can you give us an update on the trustee roads and where we are as far as figuring them out? So we can have some kind of, either taxation on them or something that we can figure out where we're going forward. Because we promised the public that we were going to do that in a speedy fashion to hopefully get a little bit more revenue and look into possibly supplementing the possible position marine maintenance with this revenue if it would cover it, so.
And also, how are we making that on Scholar Pond Road? Doing a quick claim
Actually,
on
I spoke with Solom's attorney on Friday.
Okay.
She gave me some information. I'm looking at it, and I'm going to move along forward with it and hopefully wrap it up soon.
I've been waiting for like 5 years for that.
2006, Billy.
Yeah. And also, I'd like to see about getting that level now, because it's almost impassable to even walk down there with the holes are so big and the ruts.
Well, why don't
We're gonna have the
we,
maintenance guy go down there if he can do it with a
evaluate.
Bobcat. It might have to get, bring in some stone because there's not much material there anymore.
well, my recommendation, if you're going to send Ryan or one of the maintenance, probably Ryan down there, let him evaluate it.
Yes.
And if he needs a machine that is bigger than what we have in the marine maintenance, maybe we can loan one from either the Parks Department or Waste Management. So I believe the last time he took a large machine down there.
Yes.
And it took him 2 days to reconfigure the road.
Yes.
So why don't we get the whole entire project looked at, right from, him going down there, looking at it, if they need some stones or some fill in those holes, and looking at a possible use of a machine, because
Okay.
I'll gladly ask some other department that has a machine to
Good.
do it, so.
Thank you.
And I know fishing season's
Yeah,
coming up.
yeah, I spoke to Richie about it, and I just said I was going to mention it at the board
Yep.
meeting today.
Bruce, I have an update on that $2,170. That was for the purchase of buoys. And we had to use
That's
the...
right, we reimbursed them, yeah.
We had to
We had to
reimburse
reimburse
the
them for
town.
buoys. That's
We
what it was.
used the town's credit card,
Okay.
and we had to reimburse the town.
Okay, thank
Where,
you.
what was the salt charge?
That was earlier,
That
I
was-
think. We paid that earlier.
This was the
That was earlier.
2170
It was the
Bruce was
same
asking
thing.
about.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
It was
that's-
around the same amount of money, but I think we paid the salt back to the highway department earlier.
Are these the 5 mile an hour buoys that we've been purchasing, or are these the
I can ask
navigational
Brandy.
buoys?
I'll ask Brandy.
Yeah, we had to reimburse them for buoys.
Because
Yeah,
I know
we had to
because,
use the, what did you want to know, 5 mile per hour?
are they the 5 mile an hour buoys, or are they in the navigational buoys?
Is there a budget line for that?
Specific for just buoys?
Yeah, like
No,
in
it's-
general?
Yes,
for
they
gen-
were for the 5 mile per
There
hour
is a,
buoys.
there is a
Thank
budget
you.
line.
Yeah, because for some reason this year, we did not, I did not see the budget before it was handed in. Previous years, we saw the budget was reviewed before, by other trustees before it was handed in. I don't know why.
I thought we all reviewed it, and we had a presentation. and
I asked a
we
couple of
all-
the other trustees, and they said
I don't remember seeing it.
they don't remember seeing it.
Same procedure as always. It came in, and we had a conversation. It was emailed to everybody for commentary. And then
I got the email.
there was adoption.
Yeah.
And there was a discussion, I recall, because I recall stating that we had a chunk
We
in the
tripled the
contingent.
one line.
Well, that,
That was
well,
what...
which line are we talking about, for this year
Yeah, for
or
next year.
last year? Well, we haven't gotten to that
Yeah,
yet. We're
okay.
going to have a presentation by the comptroller.
Okay,
We haven't gotten there yet. He's
Yeah.
going to come in and do the whole presentation. We haven't
Yeah.
hit that point yet. I
okay.
thought you meant for last year.
No, for
No,
next
we
year.
haven't. He's coming in. He's going to come in and do the whole thing like
Yeah,
he
he
did
had
last
to
year.
present it to the board.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that
In the
yet.
previous years, we got a sheet, and we looked at it before you came in.
You'll have the sheet and he'll be in.
Yes, so we can mark it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It hasn't come
And when is
on
that, when is that coming by us?
Very soon. Very soon. I'm going to have a meeting with him today.
Okay, thank you.
I just wondered, there was a meeting last Friday with the Lake Agawam Association. Could there be a little bit of reporting on it, please?
We met with the Lake Agawam newly formed conservancy. There's multiple homeowners that are involved in it. Some of them that have donated up to, I believe it's almost $500,000. I believe there are 8 homeowners. They're looking to do a very large project in Lake Agawam, drainage, possibly dredging, some lily pad remediation, and some shoreline, planting remediation as far as their properties, getting rid of the green grass and planting natural species. I think it's a very good, ambitious project. The new mayor was basically leading the meeting. There were representatives from the trustees, the village board, the council people, the supervisor, Fred Thiel was there. So they had a whole host of people backing it up. I think it's a really good project. I would like to see it move forward as fast as it can. I did ask their representative, I believe, was it Dan, to come in, make an appointment to come in, address our board about the lily pads and possible removal of some of the lily pads, and the whole entire project presented to our board, so that everybody on the board, that some of the board members that weren't there, so they would hear what's going on.
He's coming in with the others on September 11th.
Okay, so they're going to come in and...
Dr. Goldberg is
Yep.
coming with him as well.
So we're going to have, and Dr. Gobler was there, I can't forget him, he was front and center, but I think it's a really good project. They're looking to do a very large-scale dredging project. I don't know how they're going to accomplish it with such minimal deposition sites around the lake, so it's going to be a real challenge, and I believe there was a budget of millions of dollars that would eventually have to be gotten in order to do the project. So, but I'm...
And also, there was a lot of homeowners and outside who did not live on the pond in the village and outside the town who were there too.
No, there was
There's
about
other interest.
There's about
Yeah.
75 people that attended the meeting.
I heard him talk about bringing barges in, putting them together, and putting that material on there and leaving it on top of that barge for a year.
One thing that they did not mention, and I was going to mention, but I just wanted the meeting to go in a positive way, is when you do a dredging project and you take the material out of the water, whether it's fresh water or in the marine environment, and you let it dry, it has a terrible stench and odor to it. It will probably persist the whole time that material is in that area. So when this project is done, it's going to take into consideration, it's going to smell pretty bad until they get rid of the deposition
Yeah,
material.
they mentioned at the meeting they want to take it down at least 10 inches,
No,
10 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet, sorry. And the only other thing I did notice, only one gentleman in the audience, he talked about installing buffers. Where we were, there was no buffer. But I think that's a cue for us to finally get something in that blue book about buffers.
Well, I mean, around that lake, buffers have been talked about
For
for
years.
way before I was a trustee, probably prior to my father being on, I'm talking about 50, 60 years. Because basically that pond is just a sump from the, basically from McDonald's or even north of McDonald's for the whole town just to drain into. So everything that's bad, good, or indifferent on those roads get washed into the pond. So now that the village is taking the drainage on, maybe we could start to look at, putting some kind of, they talked about these drain vortexes to catch some of the heavy floatables before they go into the pond. So there's a lot of ambition. It's going to cost money, which I think they're going to have a lot of in the next year or so with donations. So I think it would be a good project, and it could be funded through a lot of, private individuals. So it's going to be a private-public partnership, which I think is a great thing in that area.
I'm looking forward to them coming in.
Dale, so you want to mention about the, replacing the drainage instead of using a pipe going out to the
Well, that's.
ocean?
Yeah, they have another idea as far as the drain that drains Agawam. It's open several times a year when the water gets too high. It's just a pipe that goes under the road into the ocean. And if the water's blue, green, clear, or whatever it is, when they need to open it, they open it. Sometimes they open it in the middle of the summer. There's a pastel green color water that comes out of there. It's full of nutrients and cyanobacteria. So it's not a really good choice of way to get rid of the problem or the water level in the pond, in the lake. So they had to come up with this idea that maybe they were going to put like a system there that would have a filtering system, a natural filtering system with grasses and shrubberies and whatever needed to be put into this system before it goes under the road into the ocean, that they could filter the green water and make it, much better for the environment. So, I mean, it's a project. It's pretty ambitious. It's something that would probably end up going into the pond because it's the parking area, the roadway there, so you really don't have a lot of room to work with. So, I mean, engineering-wise, it can be done, but it's just going to be well thought out. I think it's something that would be good for the environment also.
There was a study that was commissioned prior to the new mayor coming on board by the Voorhees air engineering firm. Was that reported on at this meeting as well?
They really didn't hit on it, no. But they did mention that since 1980 or 82, Bill,
Yes,
they've
it's gotta
done
be
5 or 4 different, studies. 4 different studies. And each one of the studies
A little different.
a little bit different, and to where we are now, so I think there's been enough studies, it's time to come up with
It's
an
like
action.
study County Road 39, how many of those were done?
Yeah.
This was a study that was specifically geared towards the dredging,
Okay.
so I think that
Well,
would be...
you and I were at that meeting in
Right.
the Village Hall over there, and they were just trying to get an idea if dredging could practically be done, and I gave them basically the formula for a deposition site. Basically, for every acre of underwater land, you need about 5 acres of, open space to drain this material, because it's all organic. It's not like a sandy, nice beach material. It's,
Right.
and that's another thing they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to do sediment core samples to see what the makeup of the material is before they even do a dredging project, to see where it can be used, if it can be used, and what can be done with it.
A lot of steps, it's very difficult.
But when they come in, we're going to have a lot of questions that they're going to ask us, and I think most of the answers are going to come from our office and our files. They were talking about alum, basically to sequester the phosphate in the water and get it out of there so there's not as much nutrients. I said we had already looked into that prior to us doing the Phoslock project. When past trustees were looking at the Mill Pond project, that all of that information is in our office. So we've done all of these, looked into all of these projects and how to do it, how to have them done, so. And I also asked them about coming in, when they come in, about the lily pads, maybe we should get a permit that allows really lily pad remediation in the whole pond or lake, and let us get it in our name, and as the homeowners come on in front of their property, sign on, so that we can not have 10 different permits, we have one master permit.
So we can monitor it.
Yeah.
More efficient that way.
So those were some of the suggestions that were given to them by the board.
Was carp removal discussed at all?
No, but I did bring it up to a couple of the people that we had done it in the past, and that's another one of the proponents, another one of the part of the projects that they're going to have to do a review on, because I know when Mr. Lester was doing the carp removal for the trustees, he had done it for 3 or 4 years, and he had taken out a lot of the carp. But that was not mentioned at the meeting in the larger conversation. But I'll bring it up at the smaller meeting when we have it with them. Okay? Anything else? We did have a small fish kill at the, in western Shinnecock over the last week or so. There's a few thousand peanut bunkers that have washed up in the Shinnecock Shores
area and Diana.
Bay. Nothing like the canal fish kill that we had a couple of years ago. These are juvenile bunkers that were probably trapped in one of the small creeks or headwaters, and basically ran out of oxygen. Being that we're going to get some very inclement weather, strong winds, I think we're going to reevaluate the fish kill. If there's any issues after the storm, we'll have to maybe take an action or maybe not, depending on the amount of fish that are still left in the environment. If no one has anything else, I'd like to close.
So I'll make a second to that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.